Welcome to Pammie Plus Parks. I am Pammie, your plus size fairy godmother, bringing you all the magic Disney and Florida has to offer plus size people. Actually, it's not just Disney, it's Disney and Universal. There'll be more on that a little bit later. It is Thursday, December 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we are live. If you're watching any other day or time, then this is pre-recorded, but the information is still fresh. And except the only thing that's not fresh is my trash can. Why is my trash can always in the live shots? I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna just like reframe. Yeah. Now it looks like I don't have any trash at all. Well, guys, I hope that you are having a fantastic evening, and I thank you very much for joining me tonight. If you've never seen a Pammie Plus Parks live chat before, I'll tell you very briefly what you can expect. It's usually a three-part program. I'll start off with a little bit of a overview of what I've been doing as far as plus size rides and attractions go at different theme parks and attractions throughout Florida. And I'll share with you what I have for plans for uploading videos in the next week or so, and just kind of let you know what's going on in my life. After that, we move on to the second part, and the second part of the chat is this week's topic. And this week's topic is a review of 2018 and a sneak peek of what you guys can expect to see from Pammie Plus Parks in 2019. Did I say those dates right? I'm kind of tired today. 2018 review, 2019 sneak peek. And then the third and final portion of this program will be sort of like an open floor, open forum discussion where I just kind of open the floor up and whatever you guys want to chat about, we'll chat about. And usually these chats are like 30 to 60 minutes depending on how much you guys want to chat. So actually before I get into the body of the show tonight, let me see if I can connect with you guys and start saying hello to some of you. What I like to do is I pull up the live chat here on my laptop so I can look at the chat column. Make it really, really big so it's easier for me to see. Let's see if we can follow along. It looks like, here we go. We already have people who have said hello, so let me say hi to the people who've messaged in. And you can join the live chat throughout, drop in your comments, your questions, anything like that, and I'll pop in and refer back to it back and forth throughout the evening, throughout this chat. And if you're joining us after the chat and we've posted it and it's no longer live, you can still join in on the conversation by putting your thoughts and feelings and questions in the comment section down below. Well, let's go ahead and say hi to some folks. William Jenkins says, "Hi, Pammie, we hope the new year brings you and Mark a great year in 2019. I hope so too. I think we're kicking it off to a good start." Susan says, "Hi." Andy C, hello, how you doing? Karen saying hello as well, fantastic. Shelly's here as well as Elise. Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy days to join the live chat, especially during the holiday time like this. It can be very hectic. And I thank you for joining us if you're watching this after it's live as well too. I really appreciate you guys checking in, and I think it's cool that we can kind of share what's going on. Oh, Christina is checking in. She says, "Just stop by to say hello, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm at a gathering with coworkers. Looking forward to watching later." Fantastic. Thank you so much, Christina, for checking in. I really appreciate that. I hope that you enjoy watching it later. Hi, Donna's here as well. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and kind of jump in right now and get started with what's going on. Last week was a really busy week. I was able to break away and get to Epcot on Tuesday for a few hours in the morning, and I used that time to go ahead and purchase my annual pass for 2019. And you guys may have already seen that video. It's called Pammie's Epic Epcot Adventure, and it was a different format from what you're used to seeing, because usually my videos it's just a video of me standing outside the front of a ride, talking about the ride, then I take you on the ride, I show you the ride, I show you the restraints, I show you the seat, and then after I get off the ride, I then tell you about any tips or tricks you need as a plus size person, or if you have mobility concerns. And so this was a completely different format. I actually just went in the park and just enjoyed my day and celebrated with you and took you along with me. And you guys seem to really like that. I kind of have been shying away from it because my promise to you when I started Pammie Plus Parks is that I would show you every single ride and every single attraction at Walt Disney World. And you guys also seem to like to just join me for the day and see what the day is like. And as I go through the day in that video, I kind of shared with you my tips and tricks for PhotoPass and places to rest, and you know, some of my favorite things that I do when I go through the park. So I will do more of those in the future for you. Maybe I'll do one per park a year, maybe more. Like, I don't know, we'll see. I'll do it from time to time for you guys because I think that gives me the opportunity to kind of like share some of my favorites and some of my tips and tricks as I go along. That's not necessarily related to rides themselves in the parks, but like little tips and tricks for navigating the parks as a plus size person, just as you go through your day. So maybe I'll do more of those videos in the future. I also got to go back to Walt Disney World on Thursday. I had the day off, and Mark and I just decided we would go back to Epcot and try to enjoy it. He really loves Epcot. That's his favorite park, and our passes expire on January 29th, and because we have gold passes, we are currently blocked out of the park. So that was Mark's last opportunity to visit Walt Disney World, and he is not renewing his annual pass at this time for 2019. He has until the end of February to renew his pass if he wants to, but we would have to do a monthly payment on that, and considering he's taking some time away from work right now to recover and kind of like work on his health, and he is doing very well, by the way. He, you know, it might not be something that we want to do. We might not want to add that financial burden of an annual pass, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, Mr. Beeves, thank you so much for your contribution. Mr. Beeves has used something called Super Chat, and that's a feature that we have during the live chats. If you're looking at your live chat column and you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a little icon, a little square icon with a $sign in it. And if you click on that, it allows you to contribute to Pammie Plus Parks, and the funds that you contribute will be used towards annual passes, towards my gas and food and drinks driving back and forth to the parks, because I do live about 2 hours away. So, and those contributions are amazing and really help me keep the channel going and giving you great contact. Oh, I see I got a troll here. Let's take a look at that. All right, I think we're good. Thank you so much for that little alert that there was a troll. I went ahead and blocked him, so hopefully that'll be taken care of. I try to keep an eye on that as much as I possibly can. But yes, so thank you so much for the live chat. I really appreciate it. The super chat. One of the other cool things about the super chat is that depending on how much you contribute, your message, your question will pop up at the top of the bar, and it makes it easier for me to see it. It can be really hard sometimes during the live chats. There's so many questions and things coming through. I don't always see every single question or comment and get to it. So if you super chat it, it gives me a much easier opportunity to address your question or your concern or read your comment. So thank you very much for that. Plus it helps the channel. So yeah, we don't know if we're going to be doing an annual pass for Mark. I would not use any funds that came through Pammie Plus Parks, either through Super Chat or through PayPal. I also have PayPal if you want to use that instead of Super Chat. There's a link down in the description for that as well. Those funds go to pay for vlogging. If you're giving me money to do something for this channel, then the money is going to be used for the channel. So I just want to make sure you guys know that too. So yeah, we got to enjoy Epcot. It was a fantastic day. We ran into a character palooza. If you guys know what a character palooza was, it was amazing. We got pictures with 8 different characters, like fast, like that. And we had lunch in Morocco. Then we hopped on the monorail and we went on a trip all around to the different resorts to take a look at all of the decorations at the different resorts. And that was super fun too. If you've never done that during the holiday season, that is amazing. And our favorite was the Grand Floridian. It was wonderful. We really loved doing that. I definitely want to do that again in the future and maybe vlog about it. But you know, it's our date day, so we didn't vlog for that, but it was a really cool day. I did get to run into a bunch of people on that day. I will tell you, like, if you guys see me in the parks, do come up to me and say hello. And if you want to take a picture with me, I am more than happy to take a picture with you. Just let me know that you want to do it. I feel weird saying to you, do you want to take a picture with me? Like, how weird is that? Like, I think I'm famous or something, but so I probably won't ask you, but if you want a picture with me, just let me know. And if I am vlogging that day and I have my vlogging camera with me and I'm vlogging, I will, if you want to, record you doing the outro, which is, which you may have seen at the end of each of my videos where I say, life is a roller coaster, enjoy the ride. I'll record you saying that and then put you in one of my videos if you want. But sometimes I get so excited to meet you guys, I forget to ask you to do that. But if you want to do it, just let me know. That would be fantastic. So yeah, I had a really good week. Last week, this week, we've been having terrible weather here in Florida. Mark's birthday is this week. We're going to try to celebrate it, and I don't know how well that's going to go over because the weather's been both cold and very rainy and stormy. We've had tornado warnings. We live in the Tampa Bay area. I don't think it's that bad in Orlando right now, nor will it be over the next couple of days, but it will be that bad here on the West Coast. So I don't know what we're going to do for his birthday. We'll have to see. We do have something planned in early January. Mark and I went halvesies on something. It's called, I believe, the Sip, Sparkle, and Celebrate cocktail party. It's like a cocktail party with hors d'oeuvres and champagne and drinks. And it's at the California Grill. It's like in a special room off the side of the California Grill, and it features all kinds of small plates and samplings of dishes from the California Grill. And it's like a lot of appetizers and small plates and sushi and desserts and things like that. And then you pause in the middle of it and you go watch the fireworks from the like a rooftop viewing area of the Contemporary Resort, and then go back in and you have dessert. And that is our present to one another for Christmas, and it's also partially Mark's birthday present too. So it's way after his birthday, but it's still his birthday present. So that's one of the things that we're going to do to celebrate Christmas and celebrate his birthday as well. And I'm really looking forward to that. Mark won't be able to go to the park after that because he will not have an annual pass at that time, but my new pass kicks in on January 30th, so I will be able to start going to Walt Disney World again as of January 30th. And when I went to renew those passes, I was able to renew them at a higher level. I had set aside money to buy the annual pass, and then your contributions that you gave through these super chats and through the pammieplusparks PayPal allowed me to actually get a better pass for myself this year. I will have a platinum pass now for 2019, and it's going to allow me to go to all 4 Disney parks plus the 2 water parks with no blackout dates. And I'm so excited about that because it's going to allow me to cover more stuff for you. But yeah, that's what I've got going on so far. Over the course of Christmas, the next several days, I'm going to have like a regular Disney video that will come out. I have a Dia & Company Active Box unboxing that I have to do for you. And I think I have a couple of packages that are coming to me that are Christmas gifts from family and friends, and some stuff that's coming in the mail from friends that I'm going to be unboxing for you, along with some stuff that I got that were Black Friday deals. So I'm going to be doing some try-ons and unboxings from different places, like, let me see, I've got Shop Disney, Torrid, and also from HSN. So I have a bunch of different things to try on from a bunch of different places. I'm really excited to share with you. Oh, and one last thing. On Thursday, not Thursday, today's Thursday. Was it yesterday? On the 17th, I got to see a preview of Mary Poppins Returns, and I loved it. It's out in the movie theaters now. It opened on the 19th, so it's a great holiday movie. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know. I already did a review that I put on the pammieplusparks Facebook group. That's another good reason to join the pammieplusparks Facebook group. I sometimes have exclusive content on there that you can't see here on YouTube, so it's always worth joining there. If you're interested in following me on Instagram and also on Twitter, you can do that by checking out the links down below in the description. All of the links to social media stuff's there. Let's go ahead and check out some of the questions people have here. Oh, somebody did a lot of spamming in here. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. Noelle is here. Oh, you finally got the notification for live chat. Awesome, Noelle. I'm so glad. I know sometimes it can take a few weeks or even months of being a member to sometimes get them to come in regularly. Mrs. Beeves says, hello, lovely Pamela. It's way past my bedtime here in England, but I stayed up to wish you and your family a very happy Christmas. We'll watch this tomorrow after some Christmas baking, Eloise. Thank you, Eloise, and thank you again for the super chat. You are awesome. I do like to do a live chat on once a month. I do a live chat on a Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which I think is like somewhere between 6 and 8 p.m. in Europe, depending on where you are, or in Great Britain. And that's so that our friends who are in Europe can watch us, and in Great Britain can watch us at a time that's a little more convenient for them, because we have lots of fans in Europe. It's amazing. I love that you guys, and also lots of fans from India and from South America too. I'm absolutely astounded at how many people watch the videos. Buddy says hello to me, and also to Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you, Buddy. I hope we all have a wonderful Christmas this year. And Buddy, thanks again for that troll alert. I appreciate it. Noelle says Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's see. Andy C asked, where do you have lunch in Morocco? We had dinner at the sit-down restaurant and loved it. Yes, Restaurant Marrakesh is wonderful. I love that. We actually did that for Valentine's Day this past year for the first time ever, and we absolutely loved it. But my usual go-to is Spice Road Table is my favorite because of all the little small plates, but they do have entrees there, and they do a steak there that is out of this world good. I love it. But on this particular trip, we actually had quick service at Tangerine Cafe, and we had lamb wraps, and their lamb wrap is very much like a gyro that you would get at a Greek restaurant, except gyros at Greek restaurants, usually the meat, that shaved meat, is a combination of beef and lamb, but the ones at Tangerine Cafe are all lamb, and they're not as spicy or seasoned, and they're very juicy and flavorful meat. It was really, really good. In fact, Mark had 2 of the sandwiches. One little tip for that, if you don't like all the like couscous and salad stuff that they serve, and hummus and all that, which I love, but Mark doesn't like it, so he was able to order fries. They will give you fries with it instead if you don't want the traditional Moroccan side dishes. It was a fantastic lunch. We had a great time there. Plus they have like a little coffee bar next to the quick service where they have all kinds of beautiful pastries. If you want a cup of like really spicy, delicious specialty coffee or tea and a pastry, that's a great place to go. Let's see. Let's see. Royal P31 says, hi Pammie, so happy to be here at the live chat. Do you live near St. Pete? I do. I won't tell you exactly where I live, but I do live in the Tampa Bay area, which really I live in Pinellas County, and I am very familiar with St. Petersburg. And I know that seems weird, like, why don't you just tell us where you live? Well, I don't live that far from Disney, and I worry that somebody might go to Disney and go, let's go by Pammie's house. And I might not be ready for company, so so I just kind of keep my location to myself. I hope you guys understand. Andy says, happy Christmas. Let's see. Royal P31 says, love your videos. I am so glad that you found the channel and that you're watching. Susan says, I heard Morocco has cashew baklava. Sounds yummo. I've never tried. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if they have cashew baklava. I have not actually seen it. Royal P31 says, I love your voice. I think you sound like you could be in radio or voiceover. Funny you should mention that. I actually have a degree in broadcasting, which includes radio and television, and I did a great deal of radio while I was in college, and I have done some television as well, mostly like in a spokesperson capacity. Actually, I had a speech impediment when I was a really young child, and I had a few years of speech therapy, and I used to be really shy about speaking, public speaking, but after all those years of training and practice, I actually, you know, got to be better at it. And then I later got some theater training and learned how to project my voice. And I also had some vocal training for a little bit of singing, and then eventually went on to do more training in elocution and how to speak for radio and television as well. So I have a lot of training. I love the idea of being on TV and being in radio, but it always made me really, really nervous, and I never really pursued that as like a passion. It was just something I was interested in, and it certainly helped me as a producer, whether it was a radio producer or television producer through the years of my career, to have that ability or understanding of how people, your on-air talent, how they're approaching things, and it helped me to them really well and get good performances out of them. And I never thought that I would ever be in a position where I'd be sitting on this side of the camera talking to people for real, for any way, shape, or form. I just really did it because I did the training because I thought it would be fun and interesting and help me in my profession. But now I do this all the time, so it actually helps. So if it sounds like I have some professional training, I have had some professional training, but I've never done it professionally. Noelle asks, is there a Club 33 in Disney World? If so, would you ever consider becoming a member? There is a Club 33 in Disney World, and I don't know exactly how much it costs, but it's something like between $10,000 and $25,000 a year for membership. And there's usually a waiting list of several hundred or several thousand people to become members of Club 33. And you have to get on the waiting list. It can take years and years and years. And I don't know. I think there's some outrageous sum that you pay initially, like $100,000 or something. I don't know for sure. But apparently they say there's a huge sum that you pay up front. That's like your application fee or something. And then thereafter, it's like $10,000 to $25,000 a year. So if I ever won the lottery, sure, I would consider becoming a member of Club 33 if they would have me. But, you know, maybe someday I'll meet somebody who's a member of Club 33 and they'll invite me to have lunch there with them or something. But I think that would be the only way I would ever be able to do that. Royal P31 also asked, have you tried Curve Exchange? There is one in St. Petersburg, Tampa, Bradenton, and Clearwater. My friend Stella owns them. So much great plus size clothes. Tell Stella I've been trying to get in touch with her because I would love to do a video with Curve. Curve is a store. They have, as Royal has mentioned here, they have locations throughout Pinellas County and throughout like the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Bradenton area. And basically what it is it's a clothing resale store for plus size people. And thank you, Royal. I really appreciate that contribution. Thank you so much. And what they do is you take your gently used clothes into them, and then they give you credit for that clothing, and you can use that credit to purchase more clothes from them. And even if you don't bring clothes in to exchange with them and you just shop in there, the prices are phenomenal. The quality is phenomenal. They have everything from a size large to I think like a 6 or 7X. I've seen up to a 7X in the stores. So anything from like a size 14 all the way to a size like, I think like 32. I've seen like a 34 and a 36 in there before. Not as many of the higher end range stuff, but they always have stuff in there for me in a size 32, a 30 or a 32. And so, you know, but they have tons and tons of clothes, tons of styles there. Very, very affordable jewelry, shoes, handbags, beautiful, beautiful designer stuff. Amazing. It's a great resource if you're looking to expand your wardrobe, or if your weight has changed and you want to get rid of some stuff and get some new things. Those are fantastic shops. And I would love to work with Stella and the team there. And I've tried to extend some emails before, not really gotten a good response back yet so far. But would love to do like a series of videos with them to show off what their store is like, and to kind of show people what the options are out there in plus size shopping, and maybe put some outfits together, maybe do a Disney bounding video with them or something like that. So if you're friends with Stella, let her know I'm trying to get in touch with her. That would be awesome. I would love to do a video with the ladies over at Curve. Cutie with Freckles is here. Hello, I'm so glad that you made it. And Andy says the Facebook group is the best with lots of great people and info. It is true. We do have a fantastic Facebook group for Pammie Plus Parks. Happy Thursday, Amy. I'm so glad you're here. And Buddy says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, you guys don't have to hit the like button on the video, but if you do, it does help the channel. That is always great if you can. Oh, Andy C says that they have orange flavored coffee at Tangerine Cafe. I did not know that. I have got to try that sometime. That sounds fantastic. Unfortunately, Karen is leaving us now. She needs to go pick up her son from swim practice, and she says, Merry Christmas to everyone. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, Buddy has some friends that live around here who are strawberry farmers. That's amazing. Painting the Roses Red says, Merry Christmas. That is awesome. Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, somebody else. Somebody else made a contribution. VSG Britty Fitty says, thank you for all your wonderful content. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for the super chat. I really love that. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for all your generosity. You know, that money that you guys are contributing right now, that goes to help take care of, oh, Lauren's here. 1:35 a.m. in England. Thanks for joining us, Lauren. Maybe you should get some rest and come back and watch this tomorrow. But if you're up, you know, and you want to watch us more, that's awesome. But those contributions you guys make through the Super Chat and through the pammieplusparks PayPal account really help me be able to get gas to get back and forth to the parks and buy my lunch and take care of stuff like that. So that is so fantastic and so helpful. And also, you know, I'm hoping that down the line I can do extras for you, like maybe go to a special restaurant or have a dining experience or a character meal or something like that, and try new things for you, and those contributions can help pay for that because I am not a millionaire, so I can't afford to do everything all the time. You know, somebody earlier this year gifted us tickets to go to the Not So Scary Halloween party, and that was amazing. I'm hoping that this coming year we'll be able to go again and maybe even do the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas next year, and I hope that the contributions that we get and the ads that are on the videos will help make that possible for 2019. So I'm definitely looking forward to being able to do stuff like that. 102276, who is an amazing and generous human being. Thank you for all the contributions and super chats you've done. He says he just came home after a long day of teaching. Can't wait to be in Florida tomorrow for the next week and a half. Keep up the great work. Amazing. I can't wait to see your pictures. Please post more of your pictures and more of your stories. And you put some great stuff on pammieplusparks. Thank you so much. I want to call you by your first name because I know who you are, but I'm always afraid, like, I don't want to, like, give people's names out on here if they don't want me to, but I know who you are. So put your stuff on pammieplusparks Facebook group and share all your pictures with us again. I love it when you do that. Let's see. Elena's saying hello from Austin, Texas. Amazing. Lauren says her mother's in the hospital. I'm sorry, Lauren. Does it say? You're worrying about her and coming over to Florida in February. I hope that she's feeling better soon, Lauren. My prayers go out to her and to your family, and I hope that she's up on her feet and is able to join you in Disney. That would be great. Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian. I can actually use your name. Thank you. I always feel weird about that. Like, if I know a person's name in here, I don't want to, like, say your name and, like, not, and, like, you might not want me to do that. You might want some anonymity, so I try to be respectful of that. All right, so we have chatted a bunch here, and I've kind of given away some of the announcements that I wanted to make, but let's go ahead and jump into that portion of the program where I kind of review what happened for us throughout 2018 and give you a sneak peek of what, I can't talk today, of what you can expect in 2019 from pammieplusparks. So you guys may already know this, but thanks to your generous contributions that you guys have given, people like Brian, all the folks that have contributed here now, so many people, I actually now have enough money to go to Universal Studios and buy an annual pass for 2019. I cannot believe it. I am so excited, and I cannot wait to start covering Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure for you in 2019. The contributions that you guys made were so generous. I had put aside a couple of $100 towards those annual passes, but your contributions actually have covered the entire pass for 2019, and I can completely pay for it outright. And that $200 I am putting back in the bank, and I am so grateful for it, because that $200, with Mark stepping away from work for a couple of months to work with to deal with some health concerns, just having that little extra something in the bank is like, whew, amazing. I am so grateful for that, and grateful to you guys. It's fantastic. And I can't wait to do that first video for Universal Studios. The last of the contributions that you guys sent through came through super chats here, and it takes a few weeks for them to come through from YouTube. And once that check hits the bank, I'm headed to Universal Studios. I will be doing I will vlog that for you. I will be filming everything that I go through to get the annual pass, and kind of like show you my first trip around the park. I have not been to Universal Studios for over 20 years, maybe 22 years. And it's because back 20 some odd years ago, I visited the park when I was like a size 18. I went to go get on Dueling Dragons, and I did not fit, and I was so humiliated that I never went back to the park ever. Because I fit on everything at Disney, and I'm like, forget you, Universal. But I'm a different person 20 years later. I'm not afraid, I'm not shy, I'm not nervous about it, so I will definitely be going back and covering everything that I can for you. Oh, thank you so much, Andy. Andy says, try the orange coffee at Morocco. Thank you for your $15 super chat. Awesome. I'm getting a pastry and a coffee. Totally doing that, and I'll be thinking of you while I have that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, I cannot wait for Universal Studios and to try it again. And I am a size, right now I am 5'4". I actually lost a little bit of weight. I should probably tell you that too. So I'm about 345-ish. And I now wear a size 30, and actually like a 28-30, but the 28 is a little snug. 30 is super comfortable. It's almost a little loose, but I wear 28-30 and a 4 or 5X. I still wear up to a 5X in tops. And I know there's going to be rides at Universal that I'm not going to fit on. And that's okay. I'm still going to cover them for you. I'm going to show you everything I can about them. I'm going to try the test seats for you. I'm going to find out everything I can find out about those rides for you, and then I'm going to show you everything I can about accessibility for those with mobility concerns. And I will just get in there and give you all the details that I possibly can, and show you in a positive, uplifting, encouraging way how you can enjoy that park, even if there are some rides that you can't fit on. And I'm not letting that discourage me. I'm still going to have a good time, and I truly believe it is possible to enjoy that theme park even if there's a bunch of stuff you can't fit on. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to showing that to you and sharing that with you. I don't think it's a disaster or the end of the world to fit on everything. Some rides just aren't made for every single person, and that's just the way it is, but maybe things will change with time. In fact, I mentioned this before in a live chat, and I've mentioned it before. I think I tweeted it out or something like that, but back in I think it was November, Universal Studios applied for and received a patent for a special device for people of size. Basically, it's like a belt that you put on, and it has like a notch. I'm trying to gesture so you can see it, like a notch at the front of the belt, like a loop. And what happens is your lap bar comes down, or your overhead restraint comes down and then locks into the loop. And that's supposed to like keep you secure, and it's supposed to allow more people of different body types and sizes to be able to ride these rides. I don't know if that belt is something that is going to be retrofitted on existing rides, or if this is a safety device that they're going to use going forward. But it is clear that Universal Studios understands that they need to start working towards making their rides more accessible to people who are tall, who are big, who are plus size, just a variety of body styles and types. And I'm super excited that they're doing that. Oh my gosh. So Royal P got back and said, Okay, I talked to Stella. She's excited. I'll message you. How? Merry Christmas again, Sarah. Sarah, what you can do to have Stella get in touch with me is if you aren't already a member of Pammie Plus Parks on Facebook, go ahead and get on there. And I will go ahead and you can get in touch with me that way. Or even better, what's even better, the easiest way is for her to email me at pammiepluspark@gmail.com. My email address for anybody who wants to use it is down below in the description. And again, it's just one word, Pammie, Pammie, plus parks, PLUSPARKS @gmail, pammieplusparks@gmail. So that's where you can email me if you ever need to get in touch with me for anything specific. That's a great way to reach out to me. Let's take a look at some other comments that we have here. So yes, Sarah, please have Stella get in touch with me on my pammieplusparks@gmail email, and we will work something out. I think it would be fantastic. Andy says, once the new belts go in, I'll go back to Universal. You know, Andy, I really do think, look, I mean, I'm not an engineer or anything, but the way that I looked at it, the safety device, that the harness type thing, the belt, looked like it could be something that could be used with existing rides if they change the lap bar or the overhead bar to accommodate that locking mechanism into that belt. So, you know, who knows? Maybe they will update their old rides. I don't know. I'm excited to find out. Kristen says, thanks to this channel, I played with my son at the park this week instead of sitting on a bench and watching. I said, I don't care what anyone says, I'm going down this slide. Yes, go down the slide. You have to live your life. You know, the crazy thing is when you have kids, your kids are watching everything that you do. And if they see that you're afraid to do things and you're afraid to live your life, then they learn fear from you. But if they see you joyfully partaking in life and enjoying every aspect of life that you can, making the most of your life no matter what you look like or what your size is or what your age is or how you're supposed to behave or what's expected of you, but to just live your life abundantly, richly, joyfully, your kids are going to see that, and it's going to make them strong, healthy, happy people. It's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that you did that. That really, really, really makes me happy. Let's see. So Kristen, just keep up that good work with your kids, because it's not just healthy for you to get up and move around and run around. It's not just healthy for you physically, it's healthy for you emotionally, and it's healthy for your kids too to see that as well. Yes, Andy, I have my fingers crossed too that Universal will retrofit some of the older rides too. William says, Kristen, good for you. My wife is also going to do the same. I think that's great, William. You got to get out there and live your life and not worry so much what people say. Main Street Moments, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys have always been really supportive. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Kristen says, thanks, William. I had such a good time and my son was so excited. Yes! I'm sure he loved being able to run around and play. Hi, Shiloh. No problem. You can go back and rewatch whatever you missed. I'm happy to have you here. So glad to see you as always. So yeah, I don't even remember where I left off. I've just been enjoying so much chatting with you guys. But 2019 is going to be an amazing year because I will be covering all 4 Walt Disney World parks, the 2 Disney water parks, and I will do Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando. I did not do Volcano Bay because I just felt like it would be too much because right now I've done the 4, I'm doing the 4 Walt Disney World parks and then adding 2 water parks to that and then 2 more parks. That's 8. That's 8 parks. That's a lot of parks. And I thought if I also added on another water park like Volcano Bay that it would just be like, it might be overwhelming for me. So I just wanted to like take it easy a little bit with that. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to be doing that for 2019. I'm trying to remember the other stuff I wanted to share with you. Oh, Main Street Moment says, you have inspired me to enjoy myself and not worry about what others think. It's really, 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 really important to remember that because when I mean, let's be real. People look at you and they judge you. And they're going to have thoughts in their head, and sometimes those thoughts that they have in their head are unkind. And sometimes they'll whisper to a family member or friend who's with them some unkind remark or word or thought. but they aren't setting out to ruin your life and destroy you as a human being and prevent you from living your life. They're just being human beings because it's human nature to be a little bit catty like that. And even if they said it directly to your face and they do mean to hurt your feelings, you don't know who that person is. You may never see them again for the rest of your life, and you can't let that stop you from living your life, even if somebody is mean and nasty. I mean, I'm sure I get looks when I walk through Disney. I've had people who clearly have never seen someone as large as me in their life, and they go, and then they keep walking. And I'm like, all right, they've never seen someone as big as me, or maybe they think I'm absolutely beautiful and they're stunned by my beauty. I have no idea exactly what they're thinking, and I have someplace to go and something to do, and I have fun that needs to be had. I have to get going. I don't have time to stand there and worry about what was this person whom I don't know and will never see again for the rest of my life think about me. It has no impact on my life. I just move on. And that's how we have to be. Let's see. Shiloh says, I love how you use your fingers to count. I'm excited to see you expand. I have to use my fingers to count. I am not good at math at all. Matt Wilkinson's here. Hi. It's good to see you. I almost missed that you were here. I almost missed that. Let's see. Main Street Moments asks, how long is the drive to Disney for you? It can be as little as an hour and 15 minutes, and it can be as much as 2.5 hours. It really depends on traffic and what's going on with traffic and the time of year and the time of day that I drive. That's why I get up at like 4:30 in the morning and I'm out the door by like 6:15, because then I can usually get there in like under an hour and a half to wherever I'm going. If I'm going to Magic Kingdom and I'm trying to get in the park by 9 o'clock at rope drop, I really have to be out the door at 6 a.m. and I have to be there in an hour and a half, because it takes like 30-40 minutes to get, you know, on the tram to Transportation and Ticket Center, from Transportation and Ticket Center on a monorail or a ferry through the line, and then boom, you're finally in the park. So yeah, I mean, that's why I leave so early. The drive home is usually much longer. It's usually 2 to 2.5 hours. It really depends on the time of day and when I'm leaving. I try to get out before 3 o'clock. And if I can leave the park before 3, it's under a 2-hour drive. But if it's after that, it takes a lot longer. So Noelle says, I wish everyone was as sweet as you. This would be a better place. And I'm not always the nicest person in the world. Like, I'm not perfect, just so you know. But I do try. I work at it. And I think it's important for all of us to make an effort to be kind to one another. You know, especially with plus size folks, people can be very mean to us and very unkind. And I've had some very unkind, rude, and nasty things happen to me in the course of my day-to-day life. Just living my life, going to the store, running an errand, going to the bank, whatever, and had people say and do nasty, mean things to me. That's not my problem. That's their problem. If they don't like me because of what I look like, that's really a horrible thing for them. That's a terrible character flaw. It's not my character flaw. It's not my fault. It's not my problem. So I try not to let that affect me. And I know it's easy to absorb that sort of criticism we get from people, and then it turns us into bitter, mean, nasty, angry people and complaining people. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to have that negativity. I don't want to own it. If somebody wants to be negative, they can keep that negativity themselves. They can express it however they want, but I'm not going to like absorb it. I think it's wisdom with age. You know, this gray hair should be a sign to you that I have lived a little bit, and I've just gotten to the point in my life where I am so much happier being a happy person, being kind to other people, being friendly, being empathetic, and being courteous. I just find that when I'm nice to people and I smile, I get people are so much nicer to me and easier to deal with. I wish I had known that and really understood it when I was in my 20s and 30s. I really wish I knew how important it was just to be nice. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. Andy C. says, this is true. I'll never forget what Pammie said about the people who love you, see you as you are in the body you're in. Those are the people who matter, and I never thought about it that way. And it's true. Like, when people I always think it's funny when people are afraid to have their pictures taken on vacation because they don't want people to see what they look like. And I'm like, well, the people who are going to look at those pictures are people who love you. They already know what you look like. They already love you. They want to see pictures of you. They want to see you smiling. They want to see you happy. They're excited to see pictures of you. So pose for those people. Pose for yourself. Show the joy that you're feeling inside. Let it loose. Cut it loose. If you can't cut loose at Disney or Universal or whatever theme park or vacation trip that you're on, when are you going to do it? When are you going to cut loose and just be happy and free with yourself? And all of the people that look at those pictures are people who love you anyhow. They're going to love it. They're going to get a kick out of seeing it. And if you've got kids, they'll treasure those photos forever. So don't hide behind your children. Don't fold a sweater over your arm and hide behind it and hide behind a backpack or whatever. Put all that garbage on the ground. Stand out there. Throw your arms out. Toss your head back. Smile and enjoy your pictures that you're having taken. I actually kind of have a story about that. This past week when Mark and I were at Epcot, and we ran into that character palooza thing. That's like a thing where they do character training kind of on the fly, and they'll show up at a certain spot, a couple of different spots in Epcot, and they'll block off the area, and whoever managed to get, like the first 30 or 40 people who managed to get in there will get their pictures taken with like 6 to 8 different characters. Well, they don't have professional photographers there taking the pictures, but they have cast members who are assisting, and the cast member will use your phone to take pictures. And every time I went to take pictures, I kept like throwing my arms out and like being sassy and doing like different poses. And so they just kept taking picture after picture after picture, and they're like, oh, I love this. Oh, that's great. And every time I get pictures taken with photographers, when you do like a character meet and greet or whatever, or whenever you have one of the Disney photographers out and about in the parks, I'm always like posing and like doing different poses and turning different ways and stuff like that. And they're always like, great, beautiful, do it again. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is cute. This picture's going to turn out great. And they like get super excited that I'm posing because so many people get out there and do this. And they take that like 1 or 2 pictures where they're like, you know, with the weird stiff smile. So when they have somebody who actually wants to pose and do fun things, the photographers have a great time, and you end up getting tons of wonderful pictures that way. If you are posing and changing up your poses when you're having your pictures taken, they're going to take not 3 photos or 4 photos, they're going to take 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 pictures of you. And out of those 12 pictures, there's bound to be at least 2, 3, 4, 5 that you will love. So you got to pose a lot and enjoy yourself when you're having those pictures taken. Shiloh says, no, they think you're beautiful and envy your beautiful hair. Oh, you are too sweet. If you only knew how frizzy my hair has been today with all the humidity. There's a lot of hairspray and a lot of like patting it down and trying to keep it under control in Florida today, but thank you. I really appreciate that. And I have nothing to do with what my hair looks like. This whole like these amazing streaks of gray and stuff, and how that is just nature. That is like just God making that happen. I have nothing to do with it. I am just very fortunate. Let's see. Main Street Moment says there are more people plus size at the parks than skinny. Trust me, we are in the majority. And it's true. When you go to Disney, if you're really afraid of going to Disney because you think you're going to be the only plus size person there, and once you get there and you start looking around and you're like, holy cow, like half the people here are plus size of different varying sizes, or gosh, a lot of the cast members are plus size too. Wow, you're not the only person. You're not the only plus size person in the world. And I know a lot of people come from small communities or small towns, or maybe there are only a handful of people your size. When you go to Walt Disney World, it's completely different. There's people from all over the world, and you have people of lots of different sizes and shapes and everything. It's amazing. Noelle says she's guilty of hiding behind your children. Stop it, Noelle. Stop hiding behind your kids, because when I look at pictures of people, I can tell you are hiding behind your kids, because you do this thing where you sort of lean forward and stick your head out. You kind of hunch your shoulders around, and you kind of like, you can tell the kids are artfully arranged, and it just looks stiff, and it comes across, and your kids know you're using them too. They know that you're using them to hide your body, and they put that away. They file that away in their brains, and they're like, oh, ashamed of body. Perfect. Okay. And it goes in their heads. Don't hide behind your kids. Don't put your kids in front of you to hide you. that's, you know, get out there and show them to be proud, to be happy, to be strong, to be free, to be joyful. And, you know, they will learn great habits that way. Shiloh Ashby says, get me in the Cat in the Hat ride and I'm the biggest kid. I'm the biggest kid all the time, literally and figuratively. Andy says, yes, no more hiding. Let's see. What does Brenda say? Brenda says, I think the idea of not wanting pictures of ourselves has more to do with us not wanting to see ourselves. I think we often don't really see ourselves the way we look until we get in front of the camera. Yes, Brenda brought up an excellent point that I have seen over and over again, that when you hide from yourself, like I have done in the past, when you don't look in the mirror, when you don't have a full-length mirror, when you never have pictures taken of you, you never take videos of yourself, you have no idea what you really look like because you're hiding from yourself, and then you finally see a picture and it's a shock to the system. And when you're looking at the picture, because you haven't been practicing how to stand up straight, how to throw your shoulders back, and how to have a sense of confidence and pride, those pictures come across like all not great looking, and they are a shock to your system when you see them. And so that's why I think if you're going on vacation and you know you're going to have a lot of pictures taken, or any situation where you'll have a lot of pictures taken, start practicing now. Take lots of pictures, take lots of video, watch them, look at them. Don't be critical of yourself, just look at them and go, that's what I look like in this light, that's what I look like in this outfit, this is what I look like from this side. It'll allow you to see, like, maybe you do have a good side. Maybe when you stand up straight, you do look a lot better. Maybe your hair looks better in this style, or this is a better color on you, or whatever. And you'll find out the best, what works best for you, how you feel best about yourself. And you can pack the right outfits and wear your hair a certain way, or whatever it is that makes you feel the best about yourself. And that will help you. You get used to what you look like. You get accustomed to yourself, and then you start growing to like what you see and love what you see. I think that's important. Let's see. Okay. So we have, let's see. Looks like we have somebody else in here who's going to give us a hard time. Let's see. All right, I had somebody who was not so nice that I had to hide. Sorry about that, guys. I always think that's funny because, like, to find me and to find this channel, you really kind of have to work at it because it's not a very big channel. So people, like, come after and say nasty things. I always think it's kind of funny because it's like, what are you doing with your life that's all you've got going on, that you've got to go find some middle-aged lady on the internet and make fun of her? I feel bad for people. I shouldn't laugh. That's not very nice because that person clearly has nothing positive going on. That's really terrible. B. Weber, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that $10. Thank you so much. Main Street Moment says, I posed in pictures for the first time 2 weeks ago, and I'm so happy that I did. You're going to treasure those pictures. Thank you, Kristen, for the note about the troll. I appreciate that. I did go ahead and take care of that. William says, my wife is in a wheelchair. She is the first one in a photo with our son at the park or zoo. They are the best photos of them. I think that's awesome. Yeah, Shiloh says the person who is making nasty comments has no life, which is sad. Yeah. Brenda says, I just thought he was being weird, not rude, but probably didn't read it the same way. Oh no, he made a comment saying that standing up straight would be the least of my problems if I looked like you, to me. So that's why I was like, that's the great thing about the internet. I mean, I don't love internet trolls. I don't like having you guys exposed to that. But when somebody says something, a lot of times I'm just laugh at it because it's just silly. It's not like well thought out. It's not even good. It's not even funny. And I love that I can just delete it and then forget about it and move on. It's pretty awesome. That you can't always do that in real life because, like, if you have a family member, a friend, a coworker who says something nasty to you that hurts your feelings, that sticks with you. But when it's a complete stranger who clearly has nothing going on in their lives better than to go find some people on the internet to make fun of, and that they have, you know, that's sad. It's very easy to delete that and move on. Susan says, I do worry about what I look like in my wheelchair. I don't have a single picture from the last 3 years. Susan, that's terrible. I'm sure you have lots of family and friends who want to see you smiling and happy and enjoying life. And your wheelchair means nothing to them. You know, it's not a part of it's, you know, I want to see you have fun and have your picture taken. I want to see you enjoy life. I want to see you document your life, because your life is significant. It's purposeful. It matters. It doesn't matter what size you are, what age you are, what you look like, whether you're in a mobility device or not. None of that matters. What matters is that you're alive and living and having a fantastic life and enjoying your family, your friends, and all the blessings around you. So, yeah, take those pictures, you know, and enjoy yourself. I hope that you do start doing that. I want to be able to say that I fully understand, but I don't. I'm not in a wheelchair, so I don't know. I don't know what that's like, and I imagine that must be really tough, especially if you haven't always used one, and you may have a lot of concerns that are attached to that. But I hope that eventually you're able to find yourself in a place where, you know, you just see it as a mode of transportation, or, you know, it's a device, it's a thing that you're using that helps you get around, and it doesn't define who you are. But like, get out there and you're enjoying life. You may as well document the life that you're enjoying. I think it's awesome. Andy says to Susan, join us on the Facebook group, and we'd love to see your photos. I definitely want to see your photos. I want to see you post them there and share them with everybody. It is true that if you are using a mobility device, there are things that you miss out on and you miss seeing and doing in certain times. That's why I think it's important to document all the things you do, that you are able to enjoy and like savor those memories and watch them and look at them over and over again. So I don't know, you know, I'm hoping for 2019 that I'm going to be able to share some more information with mobility concerns. And the first part of the year, when I first launched this channel back in August of 2017, I never reported on anything about mobility concerns because I felt like it really wasn't my right. I don't use a mobility device. How dare I start talking about stuff like that or sharing that information, because I can't speak from personal experience, and I felt it really wasn't my right to do it. But I had so many people request information about, what do I do with my ECV? What do I do if I'm using a rollator or a walker? What do I do if I have crutches? Or what do I do if I'm in a wheelchair? How do I get on and off the ride? Is this ride accessible? And I realized that there was a need for the information, and I started searching and looking to see if anybody was really covering it in depth, and no one was doing it in depth for all of the rides. So that's why I started doing that. And you will see me go back in 2019. I will revisit some of the first videos that I did where I didn't cover accessibility information, and I will redo the video to include that information, because not only are a lot of the folks that watch the videos and who are members of the community have concerns with mobility, but some of them are folks who are planning vacations that include family members who have mobility concerns. So I was surprised to see how many people wanted the information, so I will be doing that. Let's see. Shiloh says, Susan, you have an amazing smile. Let it be seen and shine. For sure, Susan. Listen to Shiloh. Let us see your smile. Main Street Moments asked, do you have a P.O. box? You know, for a while I said I wasn't going to get one, and then I said I would get one, and then I was like, no, because if I get a post office box, then people will start sending me things and feel like they want to like make me things or spend money. And no, that's not what it's about. I'm not doing this for my own personal glory or for free presents or attention or anything like that. I'm doing it to help people, to give people information, to help people enjoy their lives and make the most of their vacations, and maybe even give them a little confidence boost that carries over in their day-to-day life. That's what my goal is. So I said no to a post office box for a long time, but we have had a lot of things come through the mail lately. We've had a number of different packages because it's the holidays and stuff, and some business mail and personal mail that has been tampered with lately. Quite a few pieces. So Mark and I have discussed it, and I think we are going to be going ahead and getting a post office box, and we can use it for Pammie Plus Parks. But I just want to make sure people don't feel like because I have a post office box, you have to send me things. If you want to send me a postcard, a card, or a letter, or something like that, that's cool. But I don't want people to like feel like they have to send me things or give me presents or gifts or like I don't. I just I'm not doing the videos for that. I'm doing it to help people. But, you know, I don't know. I might. It looks like we're going to get a post office box. So if I do, I will share it with you guys. Just as long as you understand that the reason why I'm doing it is not to like get you guys to send me stuff, but I do love cards and postcards. um, Buddy says, my wife and my mother both used scooters for the first time on our last Disney trip in September. I took many pictures and put a video of us on my channel. It was so cool. They had the best time. You know, I think that if Mark and I ever do a day, either whether we go to Universal or if he does get his annual passes renewed sometime in 2019, if we go for multiple days, I think I will get a scooter just to see what it's like so I can share that with you because I've never used one of the parks before. And I know that going on multiple days would be a lot easier to have a scooter than not have one. Shiloh says we must send Pammie thank you cards. I would love cards. That would be great. So some other stuff for 2019 that I would like to do going forward is I'm going to be, I actually this weekend, one of my plans of what I hope to do is by Sunday night or Monday morning to have sent out the emails to all the people that are going to be invited to be moderators of the Facebook group. As you guys know, the Facebook group is growing bigger and bigger, and it's a lot more work for me, and I really want to concentrate on making videos for you guys and editing and not so much time like monitoring the Facebook group. So I'm going to have 6 moderators join us, and I'm going to be sending out the invitations to the people who I've selected as moderators who applied to be moderators. And once everybody accepts the invitation and everything's in place and I've had an opportunity to connect with everyone and it's all confirmed, then I will communicate to you guys who those Facebook Pammie Plus Parks Facebook moderators are, and that will be awesome, and I will make sure that I introduce everyone to you. So that is something that's going to be coming up for 2019 too. So Andy says, yes, so many questions and concerns from people in the group about scooters and getting around. Yeah, I know that I've never had to use one before, and I'm curious as to what it's like and what some of the real concerns can be. And like, I kind of want to give people like a real first-person account of what to expect. Jeremy's asking, is this still live? Yeah, it's still live. What time is it? Let's see. Oh my. We've been chatting for just over an hour. I should probably wrap it up so we can all get back to doing what we want to do with our family and friends. It is the holidays after all. So that's basically it, kind of in a nutshell. Let's see, Susan says, I'm going to use a scooter. I don't want anyone to push me all around the parks for my trip in November of 2019. We'll share pictures on the Facebook group for sure. And you know what, Susan, there's certain parks like Animal Kingdom where there's a lot of hills and a lot of like bridges and things. Sometimes I get winded going through that park if I'm trucking it through there, if I'm really trucking it. I just feel like that park more than any would be a really hard one to like go on a wheelchair in. I think a scooter is your best bet when at that park because there's so many ups and downs and little hills and everything. I hope that you have a really good experience with that. Shiloh says, thank you, Pammie. Your confidence helped me build mine. I hope so. I really hope so. I definitely want to pass that on. Main Street Moment says, Animal Kingdom is not wheelchair friendly. I don't think so. I think you really need a scooter. I think you could do a wheelchair at the other parks, but on your Animal Kingdom day, I would say get a scooter on that day. It's definitely, yeah, Jeremy agrees. Animal Kingdom is hard to walk through because of all the hills. And Main Street Moments says it's way too bumpy. You know what? That's the other thing too. They have textured ground there, and they have all kinds of like texture to the ground, like impressions of like leaves and rocks. Like the ground itself, even though it's pavement, is like lumpy pavement. And it's hard to walk on if you're walking. And I would imagine very hard on your back if you're in a wheelchair and you have a back problem. As a matter of fact, Susan says, I used the chair due to a spinal cord issue. I'm feeling more excited. Buddy says, we learned how to do the attractions on scooters thanks to Pammie, and most of the cast members are excellent. So I'll continue to cover more of that for you guys to let you know what it looks like to transfer from an ECV onto a ride, what rides you can get on with your wheelchair, all kinds of stuff like that. I'll be sharing more and more. Main Street Woman says, I never go there because I'm in a wheelchair and it hurts my back. Yeah, so if you are actually in a wheelchair and you can't use an ECV, I would imagine that would be a tough park to be in because of all the lumpy ground around there. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, if there is anything else that you're hoping to see in 2019 from Universal Studios and from Islands of Adventure, from Walt Disney World, from those 4 parks, from Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, please make sure that you let me know. Really, my big thing for 2019 is for you guys to connect more with you. So the moderators who will join the Pammie Plus Parks Facebook group, having them in place is going to give me a little more time to do some more Instagram and Twitter and other platforms so that I can connect with you guys a little more closely, so I can hear your questions, your concerns, and I can help shape what the content is going to be for the channel better. Because really, you guys have been contributing financially to this channel. I want this channel to serve your needs. You know, I want to make sure that it's purposeful and useful and helpful. So I'm definitely going to be concentrating on that for the next year coming forward. Sheila says, I just got here. I'm almost 300 pounds, 5'4". My brother got me a scooter. He is a scrapper. He got it free. That's awesome. Jeremy says, did you say you're going to go to water parks? Yes. For 2019, I have a new annual pass with no blackout dates for Walt Disney World, and I will also have access to Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, so I will be covering those 2 water parks for you. There's a couple more. Susan says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Susan. Brenda says, I heard a woman chewing people out to get out of the way of what I assume was her kid at Epcot. Move out of the way. He is in a wheelchair, for goodness sake. And people were just walking along. Well, not everyone who's walking along speaks English necessarily, so, and they may not be able to hear properly, so I don't know why people do what they do. I think, too, they're so distracted by what's going on around them and their own family near them. The music, the sounds around them, I think that they just don't focus and hear, and they're not paying attention to what's going on, and it's not registering with them. So, you know, sadly, we all have to be very, very patient if we're using an ECV or wheelchair with the people around us, because they're just not getting it. They're not listening. They're not paying attention. They're distracted. It happens. It's sad to see, but it does happen. Jeremy says, Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon. Yes, those are the 2 that I will be covering for water parks. Merry Christmas, Kristen. Have a wonderful holiday. Let's see. Good night, William. And happy holidays to you. Jeremy says, I'm so excited about the water parks. Me too. Brenda says, I wasn't speaking of them. My point is they weren't doing anything wrong. Oh, I see. Yes. Oh, okay. Shelley is asking, will your Universal Pass include Volcano Bay? I'm not going to do Volcano Bay in 2019 because I'm adding Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon to Walt Disney World, and I'm also going to be covering Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure for the first time, and it'll be the first time I've been to those 2 parks in 20 years, so I have a lot of learning to do just for those 2 parks. I'll probably do Volcano Bay the following year if possible. I just feel like it's adding the 2 water parks and then 2 more Universal parks onto it. That's a lot for me to handle in 1 year, and I want to cover them thoroughly. I don't want to like skimp on anything. So Main Street Moment says, it's hard when you're in a wheelchair scooter, people just stop in front of you. It's true, they do, because they don't have any experience with it, and they don't understand that there are people all around them. Let's see. Oh, Brenda says she was shocked by the person's tone. That's true. Let's see. Brenda, have a happy Christmas to you too. Happy New Year to you as well. It has been a fun year with you guys. I really have had an amazing time. And I want to thank you very much for all of your support, whether it's through your questions or your comments or your suggestions and your financial contributions. All of those things have helped shape this channel. And that's why I will continue to cover the Universal parks. Will be new. I'll continue to cover Disney. I will continue to do some more lifestyle and confidence building tips and tricks for people of size. And then I'm also going to continue to do some of the fashion stuff too. I will inject that in there. This is not going to turn into a fashion channel in 2019, but I think that clothing and fashion is something I get a ton of questions about. So I'm going to try to answer those questions too for plus size people, especially someone like myself and others who are like me, who are on the larger end of the plus size spectrum. Finding clothes can be really, really hard, and I love sharing what I can with you to help you feel and look your best in every aspect of your life, not just at Disney or Universal or on vacation, but yeah, I'll be continuing on with that as well. But you know, as always, my prime focus is on doing the theme parks, and I'm super excited to bring you even more for 2019. I hope you guys have the most wonderful holidays. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you enjoy all of the holidays that you celebrate. I send all my blessings and best wishes to you, and I thank you all very much for watching the videos, for being active parts of the community, active members of the community, and being so positive, encouraging, and uplifting. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that with you in 2019. Guys, remember this: life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride. Good night. Happy holidays.